We are also live on YouTube. I'm Arden Kaylin, your vocal guide and expert. And we're talking today about simple ways to build confidence in your singing. Now, I don't care if you are the most advanced singer, you have tons of training, or you're a singer who's newer on your journey. There are a lot of ways that we can feel insecure around our voice, our performances, our auditions, our recordings, no matter how long you have been doing this and no matter how much training you have had. And so I don't want you to automatically think, if you were a newer singer, to say, oh, well, once I have this audition, this performance, this training, whatever, I'll be more confident. Yeah, you probably will be more confident. However, once you're at that level, you just have higher class problems, right? You feel insecure as you compare yourself to other singers who are maybe auditioning against you or who are before you in the showcase that you're doing, right? So it's the ways in which the insecurity and the confidence issues start to come are just another rung on the ladder, so to speak. So let's today talk about how to identify and strengthen internal beliefs so that you will feel more self-assured in your singing, regardless of where you are on this journey. So the first thing that's really necessary to be able to identify and strengthen internal beliefs is to understand that you are not your thoughts. When you have a thought that is kind of damaging and makes you feel insecure, like, oh, why would they hire me for that? Oh, I'm too old for that. Oh, everybody else sounds way better than me at this audition, right? Starting to witness your thoughts and notice how you're talking to yourself. And merely that act of noticing starts to put some separation between you and the thought. You are not your thoughts. You have a thought, but it is not you. You are the consciousness, the awareness within that is witnessing the thought. So first off, learn to witness your thoughts and create some separation here. And then you'll notice the thoughts more clearly that are affecting you. And so you might be sitting at an audition and waiting until it's your turn and hearing everybody go before you, thinking, oh my God, they're so amazing. What if I don't measure up to that? What if I'm the wrong sound, the wrong type? What if I crash and burn, right? And you're sitting there, and these are the thoughts that are running through your head. And these are very sabotaging thoughts, because your body responds to your thinking. It does all day, every day. And when you're having those thoughts telling you, making you question and feel insecure about if you're good enough, if you're going to measure up, if you'll deliver the way you need to, the energy in your body starts to get more contracted and more tight and more contracted and more tight. And now you're going to go in to sing with that contracted, tight energy. And how do you think your technique is going to show up for you? How do you think that your breath support and your resonance and your storytelling is going to show up for you? Things that you've done a million times in your own practice, right? But now you feel insecure about because of this story and this dialogue that your thoughts have created, because you have been what-ifing in a way that's really ineffective. So the first thing you get to do is learn to what-if more effectively. So most of the time, our brain wants to go to the catastrophe. What if I do it wrong? What if I suck? What if I embarrass myself? What if I can't live up to the standard? What if everybody's better than me? What if I go in there and they're like, who is she? What the heck is she doing here? She sucks. Like all these thoughts, right? You are what-ifing to the catastrophe. And that is what we do most of the time as humans, because we don't like the fact that we don't get to know what's going to happen, right? The problem is you're not what-ifing effectively. You have to learn how to what if more effectively. So instead of your brain going, what if I crash and burn? You need to learn to witness that thought and reframe it. What if I nail this? What if I go in there and I am absolutely authentically myself and have the best audition ever? What if I am exactly what they're looking for in this audition? Like, that's not where your brain is going. Your brain is what-ifing to the sabotage. You need to learn how to what if to the win. So number one, learn to what if more effectively, okay? Because we don't get to know what's going to happen. And so we have just as much of a chance of what if I'm exactly the right person for this to happen as what if I'm not? So choose the one that serves you and your energy the most effectively. This is a form of doing what we call asking doubt-inducing questions. So, as singers, we're so good at comparing ourselves to other people. We're so good at second guessing, and all of that inner critic noise inside your head is there just creating a ton of doubt. Doubt that you will measure up, doubt that you will be able to deliver, doubt that you are worthy of the experiences, the opportunities, the career that you really want. So what you get to learn how to do is create doubt within the doubt. So your brain wants to create the doubt by going, well, you don't have as much training as these people, so you're never going to measure up. You got to learn how to create doubt within that doubt and say, oh yeah, what if I have exactly the right experience that I need to create this role and this character through my voice, and I am just as good as I am right now? Because truly, that's all you're ever going to be, what you are right now. It's all that inner critic thinking that makes you feel like you're not enough and creates all that doubt. And so then you create that because your body and your energy constricts, and then you create the thing that you didn't want in the first place, which is that performance that doesn't land, the sound that isn't as good, the storytelling that doesn't connect as much. So learn to create doubt within the doubt. What if I'm not good enough to have this career? What if it's absolutely impossible to have a career as a professional singer? It's what my, mother, father, aunt, sister, whatever, always told me. What if they're right? Create doubt within the doubt. What if they're not right? What if when I go after what I want and I put one foot in front of the other and I am so authentic and so aligned that people vibe with what I'm doing and I actually have everything I need to be able to make a full-time career as a singer? And then your inner critic is going to want to doubt that and go, really, you're not good enough to do that. Witness the thought, create doubt within that. What if I am? What if I could get the help that I need to be that? See, empowering, learning to what if more effectively, learning to create doubt within the doubt to move you forward. And so these are ways that you get to train your brain to strengthen internal beliefs so that you feel more confident, you feel more self-assured, and then you will actually create a better sound and a better performance because your body is only ever reacting to your mind. So if you're feeling what if I am exactly the right person for this role that I'm auditioning for? What if I am exactly the right band to book this spot at this show? You get on stage and your body responds to that energy. And now you create the performance and the voice and the audition, the recording, whatever it is that you are worthy of, because you have strengthened these internal beliefs to that end. And so again, though, I do want to hit this point, which is that mindset alone does not get you there. You need the skill set to back up the mindset, in the same way that you need the mindset to back up the skill set. Mindset without skill set means nothing, and skill set without mindset means nothing. They need to be equally as strong. You need to have the technical foundation to rely on, and you need to have the mindset foundation to rely on. You need both. And that's why I work the way I do with our singers in the intensive training program. Mindset and skill set. Because your body can't do what your brain is sabotaging, and your brain is not going to be on board with what your body doesn't have the skills to do. So this is what we do in the intensive training program, is that we train you 360. We train your mindset, your skill set, and your artistry so that you can get behind everything that you want to do and know that you can deliver when it counts. Know that you are worthy of it. Get your mind body to work together, creating the opportunities and the sound and the experiences that will land you that elite singing career, instead of fighting each other, at odds with each other, sabotaging each other away from the things that your talent is actually big enough to create. And so this is why I work the way I do with the singers in our intensive training program, because you have to train 360 if you're really going to get results. And so I want to invite you guys, if you've been sitting like a fly on the wall, if you've come to our workshops, if you watch our lives and we've never had a conversation about coming to train in the program, and you think to yourself every time you hear me talk about it, oh gosh, I would love that, but I don't know. I don't know if it's right for me. I don't know how I would find the tuition investment. I don't know, how I would do in a program like that. Like, if you are somebody who is a serious singer and you are serious about going from good to great, you are serious about getting off the bench and not just getting into the callbacks, but winning the audition. If you are serious about making records that don't just get 20,000, 30,000 plays, but get 1 million plays. If you are serious about understanding how to break through to that next level of your voice and your impact, then get on my call calendar and we will talk. We will talk about where you are with your singing and where you want to go with your singing and the gap right now. And we will talk about the things that are sabotaging, and we will talk about what needs to happen, the step by step, in order to get you where you want to go. And if you want my help and our help, my team and I, in order to do that, then I'll show you what that looks like. And I'll walk you through what that looks like. And if it's a fit, amazing. And if it's not, that's okay too. We can just part friends and you can stay doing our free trainings. But if you are serious about being able to break through and you have not had a discovery call with me to talk about if the intensive training program is right for you, then you are missing a huge piece of something that might actually be able to take you where you want to go. So get on my call calendar. I promise I do not bite. There is no pressure for anything, only the pressure of FOMO, missing out on something that could have made a huge difference for you in your voice and your singing and in the trajectory of your career to be able to get to the level that you want to go. So I'm putting the link to book a discovery call in the comments if you're watching on Facebook, and if you're watching on YouTube, the link to book a discovery call with me is already in the video description copy here. So here we go. Let me put this in on Facebook. All right, you guys. The thing that I really just want to empower you to understand is that doing nothing, that is a decision too. Not deciding to change something up in your training, being where you are and not deciding to get on a call with me to see if it's a fit to take you where you want to go. That is also a decision. Like, not deciding is deciding that you are okay with staying where you are. And that is a mindset piece too. So get on my calendar and we will discuss. And in the meantime, understanding the what ifs, even around this. What if I get on the call and it's not right for me? Well, what if I get on the call and it is? Well, what if I go to the audition and it doesn't work out? Well, what if you have new tools so that it does, right? So use your tools, you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.